Hey, hello everybody. Welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a free way to support the channel is by leaving a like, by leaving a comment, by commenting multiple times, or by subscribing if you are new here. All these things do help with the algorithm. Welcome back to another News I Missed. Where I go over news I missed because there's always a lot of extra news that happens during the week, so I bring them to you here. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. Senator Hume, I assume that's how you pronounce that, believes that cryptocurrencies are not a fad and will eventually emerge as a mainstream technology. The Australian Finance Services Minister, Jane Hume, publicly backed up digital assets by saying that they are not just a temporary trend. Additionally, she opined that digital decentralized finance presents incredible opportunities for Australia as well. Jane Hume, an Australian minister and senator, fired back at Tony Richards, head of payment at the Reserve Bank of Australia, who recently described cryptocurrencies as faddish. Is that even a word? On top of it, he warned investors that the asset has the potential to crash and thus people could lose a substantial amount of money. The same exact thing with gold, real estate, and fiat currencies. I hope he also said those things as well. In an interview for the Australian Financial Review, Senator Hume disagreed with the statement. She believes the cryptocurrency industry is a delicate area, which the government should approach cautiously, but not fearfully. The ruling body of Australia should also refrain from viewing Bitcoin and alternative coins as a fad. No, I actually kind of want them to. I would prefer if everyone simply didn't get it, because everyone's simply not understanding exactly what's going on right now. I am waiting for the moment in the future where everyone realizes that cryptocurrencies and digital assets and NFTs and anything else digital that's popping up right now are going to be the future. Because there were, I think, 1 or 2 countries that took a little bit longer to actually adopt the internet. So I would love to see any country take a really long time to actually adopt digital currencies, and also for the governments there not to also buy Bitcoin so that the smaller people could have it, because I think that's going to be something that's definitely going to take place. This was slightly popular news over the course of the week. Anytime that we get any type of, I don't know if she's a celebrity, but any type of politician who comes forward in support of the cryptocurrency space, they automatically become very popular in the cryptocurrency spotlight. And I always do appreciate about this much, if not a little bit more, when we get someone with some common sense. You know, I understand that cryptocurrencies may be new or scary, but try to understand them. Don't simply brush them to the side and then you know nothing about it and you don't end up getting cryptocurrencies and then you end up being broke when you had the opportunity to actually do something good for your wallet. I wonder what it actually is. Like, it's kind of I forgot not the metaphor, but like there's like a thing about like being scared or something like that. I wonder if it's like, is the idea similar to, imagine you sitting in your house and like it starts moving, like it grows the legs and walks around. Like, is it that kind of fear? Like, is it simply like the ground earth has been moved from, I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I just wonder why people get so afraid. Like, I understand if you are in a governmental or money printing position, you're afraid of losing power. But if you see that there's another trend that you could jump on early enough, why not simply do so, as opposed to being scared and telling everybody else to be scared and then you end up. So that's the Australia news. And let's move on. Also in the news this week, Glassnode's latest weekly on-chain report indicated that long-term holders of Bitcoin are at a multi-year high, and markets are not yet saturated with profit-taking. These long-term holders appear to be reducing their spending while continuing to add to their positions, according to the report on Monday by Glassnode. And there was also something else down here. I think this is it right here. On Monday, Chinese journalist Colin Wu tweeted in response to the report that the number of non-zero addresses has hit an all-time high. This suggests that adoption and accumulation are still occurring, despite the decline in price since mid-October's peak of 69,000 US dollars. Not surprising. We've been talking about this consistently over the course of at least this last week. We've gotten multiple reports that all these gigantic wallets already holding tons of Bitcoin. As the price continues to dip, they are continuing to buy. I just realized that thing only has 4 fingers. I was wondering like why that looked so weird. Anyway, yes, huge amounts of Bitcoin still being accumulated, and I assume other cryptocurrency assets as well. But usually market analysts tend to follow Bitcoin as it has the heaviest magnet attached to it. So no real surprise there. People are still buying up tons of Bitcoin, and I wonder who's actually selling. Like a lot of times I really do sit there and wonder who's making sure that they lose their position in Bitcoin. Anyway, that's the glass node. People still buying up tons of Bitcoin because it might be the future news. And yeah, let's move on. Next up, also in the news, Cardano has achieved another milestone as it surpassed 20 million transactions without a single day of downtime. And then they kind of go on to throw mud on other blockchains, but that's, you know, what have you. This is actually, I mean, it's not like it is the most phantasmagorical news in the world. It's more of a, this is actually quite good. It shows that the blockchain is actually working. There are many other blockchains that don't get to this point or simply crash sometimes, don't have a lot of downtime, what have you, so on and so forth. We seem to get like, and I quote, Cardano's doing just fine still today, end quote, news a lot quite often. Like if it's not news like this, it's kind of like Charles Hoskinson's YouTube video channel news is where he talks or like he screams at people telling them to like stop talking bad about Cardano. Cardano has made sure that they've stayed in the news every single day. The network is still, as far as I'm able to tell, still doing really well. Still 70, 80 something or odd % of all the Cardano being still staked on the network. People still making money from it. They have all these new partnerships. I guess we just gotta wait for the slump in prices to be over, and I guess we'll see exactly what it's capable of. But yeah, that's the Cardano is still working. 20 million transactions is great. This is why a lot of people put so much praise on top of Bitcoin. It's 12 years going strong. You know, once again, 3 transactions per second, but it still has had no downtime. So that is quite a feat, if you will. And let's move on. Next up, and this is going to have to happen everywhere, just a matter of it seems that they were the first to do it. OKCoin is the first and only US crypto exchange to launch Sats mode, a novel decimal-free way to manage your Bitcoin, grow the stack, and enjoy breakthroughs. That is a very cringy sentence. 1 Satoshi, often known as a sat, I still call it a Satoshi. I think sat is, it sounds like you're, no, like I sat down. It's like missing an H somewhere. I don't like the word sat. It doesn't, I don't like it. Is 100 millionth of a Bitcoin, making it the tiniest Bitcoin unit. With the growth in the price of Bitcoin, pricing products in sats is becoming more valuable. When employed whole numbers rather than decimals, sats transactions are easier to understand. For those of you who have very little idea of what I'm talking about, the entire idea is that, and has been for a number of years, this was more of a discussion in 2014. It took about a good 7 years for us to get here, is that, let's say, logically, not everyone has nearly 60,000 on hand right now to buy an entire Bitcoin. So if people have 600, they buy into Bitcoin, and you're able to get 0.01 Bitcoin. The idea of being like, yeah, I'm paying in 0.01 Bitcoin sounds a little weird. So what it actually breaks down to is you have a million Satoshi, which sounds a lot easier to be able to say, hey, I'm going to pay for that. How much is it? 14,000 Satoshis. Cool, amazing. Here's my crypto credit card, whatever people are using in the future. And the idea is that if Bitcoin's price continues to rise higher and higher, we will have to move to a Sats or Satoshi mode to be able to price things, because it'll be very rare that someone's spending 3 Bitcoin on anything. So OKEX, OKCoin is the first crypto exchange to do this. It says Lightning Network integration. I figured as much because you can't really do that on normal Bitcoin blockchain. Kind of cool, kind of interesting. I think it'll catch on more as time goes on. I think a lot of people, I don't know. It's usually like when I have mentioned to friends before that they did not have to buy an entire Bitcoin and they could simply buy 1 million Satoshis. It kind of has like a nicer ring to it. Like, I bought 1/1,000,000th of a Bitcoin. Or like, hey, I have 1 million Satoshis. Also, by the way, stop it. Stop telling people how much Bitcoin you have. I don't know how many times I have to reiterate that. Just don't do it. Just stop. No, like, don't even. I don't care if they're friends or family. No, nobody has to know how much you have. Just going to throw that out there. Anyway, yeah. So this will eventually get to every single cryptocurrency exchange because, you know, it's just more logical. Cool. There's a shopping cart with coins inside of it. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up sure, why not? Niantic, the developer of Pokemon Go, is planning to build a real-world metaverse with newly raised funds. The company announced on Monday the completion of a $300 million raise from the technology-focused investment manager Coatue. It is Coatue. That's other Coatue, bringing the company's valuation to $9 billion. The company is known as a major investor in the cryptocurrency and blockchain industry, backing companies such as Chainalysis, Fireblocks. They say Niantic is building a platform for AR based on a 3D map of the world that we believe will play a crucial role in the next transition in computing. We are excited to partner with Niantic because we see this infrastructure supporting a metaverse for the real world and helping to power the next evolution of the interwebs. They did not say if they're going into blockchain, NFTs, or crypto, but I assume it's somewhere there or slightly adjacent. Let's see how this works out. I hope it's something good. And if you want my words on it, Pokemon Go is fun, but kind of always the same. Apparently, I've heard through the grapevine that they had another game or something similar to Pokemon Go years ago, and they're basically using the exact same map of the world. So maybe they're going to just reuse that, but revamp it for this brand new game. Is there going to be a headset? Are you going to sit at home and play this? Will you be able to go outside and do it? I don't really think many people are in the mood for another map-based game on their phone. So listen, if you raise $300 million and you have a valuation of $9 billion, make it work. I hope it's pretty, because I think it would be kind of cool to have like a, you know, I think it's cool the other metaverse ideas out there, you know, sure. But I think it would also be kind of cool to have like another Earth, if you will, that we can also walk around in and okay, I'll shut up now. Anyway, that's the Pokemon Go. They are, I think, worshiping this mechanical ant. Pokemon Go Metaverse funding gigantic ant news. And let's move on. In news that we are told that we should care about, Changpeng Zhao has hinted, wink, that Ireland might become the new home of Binance. The leading cryptocurrency exchange will reportedly set up headquarters in Ireland. The initiative comes following the crypto ban in China and regulatory issues which the company had with numerous other watchdogs. It was America, it was, I think, the UK and Australia. That was it. They had a problem with the fact that Binance did not have an actual office that regulators could walk into and complain to somebody to. So that's the entire thing. So it looks like they're going to have their main headquarters, if you will, in Ireland. And I was trying to figure out why there, because there are many other places where they could have gone. I know lot of people, I'll be honest with you, who are currently looking for new homes tax-wise, and Ireland has come up many times in these conversations with these people. So I assume this is why they're doing it. I had a little looky around, and apparently they have a corporate tax of 12.5%. And I was like, why not Switzerland? Because this was also proposed by other friends. It appears that their tax rate is 14.9 to 14.84% for their corporate tax rate. But the cost of living in Switzerland is it's a little intense. If you've never been to Switzerland before, I implore you to go because it's, I mean, breathtakingly beautiful, especially Zurich. But, you know, $33 for a Big Mac meal just isn't the way to go. So, yeah, I hope this appeases the regulators. I hope they are able to send letters to them finally and can continue living in the 1950s, because this was working out just fine before. I'm pretty sure that they were able to multiple times get in contact with who they needed to get in contact with, regardless of the fact that Changpeng Zhao was traveling around the world. But, you know, one step forward, 9 steps back, because as long as we continue with the old system, this is kind of what we're going to get. So, cool. Like I said, this is news that we were told that we should care about because this came out a couple of months ago with all the regulators really complaining that they couldn't get in contact with Binance, or that Binance simply did not fill out paperwork. Anyway, that's the Binance news. I'm so happy that they moved to Ireland. And, you know, it's a big weight off my shoulders because I was worried about the regulatory Ireland Binance Changpeng Zhao. All right, let's move on. And to finish things off, the Inter Miami IMCF Major League Soccer MLS star Kieran Gibbs has announced that the player, that's written correctly, he would not have announced that the player is going to, so I assume the soccer league has announced that the player plans to convert half of his salary into Bitcoin. Gibbs will leverage the crypto finance firm XBTO, not aware of them, in order to convert his salary and avoid heavy fees. The MLS player Kieran Gibbs has announced his intentions to convert half of his salary into Bitcoin. Gibbs plays as a left back for IMCF and announced his decision to play for the David Beckham owned. Why do we have to know that David Beckham owns that? At the end of March 2021, Gibbs, who is 31, will utilize the crypto finance firm XBTO in December of this year in order to convert 50% of his US dollar salary. Who wrote this article? It's so verbose. There's so much going on for no reason. Half of his USD salary into Bitcoin. I think we could have gotten that it was a US dollar salary by calling it soccer and not football. XBTO says Gibbs won't be charged conversion fees and funds will be sent to his Bitcoin wallet. That's fantastic. So this is now the 3,000th, over-exaggerating, sports star who is going to be getting at least a portion of his pay in cryptocurrencies. Are you surprised? No. You shouldn't be, because this keeps happening every single day. And I guess at this point, and you know, his teammates are going to do it, and then everyone else is going to do it, and other people, money, dollar bills, and all that other stuff. It's not bad news, but it's more like, oh my gosh, the sky's blue and it's raining. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. You know, how did that happen? Mother Nature, I can't believe it. If everyone else sees that you're doing it, everyone's also going to do it. I'm pretty sure, once again, that these people have financial managers, helpers, associates who are telling them, hey, you might be able to like 9x your money over the next 10 years. So, yeah. Alrighty. Methinks that is going to do it for this video. I do hope that you all enjoyed. I really hate that they stretched out the website so you can't see the US dollar amount being transferred anymore. Anyway, do hope you all enjoyed. Do hope you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. That is $67 million right here. Where is it? Right here. Oh, it's gone. It's gone. $67 million. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening. And I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.